Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the installment of Scott's Selections here for Tuesday, May 4th. Before we get into today's play of the day, quick recap of what happened yesterday. We pick up a loss with the Penguins to win regulation at -104 on DraftKings. Pretty bizarre game. We ended up getting a good line close to win regulation around -115 in most books. Penguins on the money line went from around like -135 to -175. A ton of money poured on the Penguins, and the Flyers, who looked dead to rights against the Devils over the weekend, played their best game of the regular season. They were up 3-0 after the first period, I think 4-0 after the second, and won 7-2. So it wasn't even close for a play of the day, but I have no idea where the performance came from. The Flyers had their best game, and Pittsburgh didn't show up after they had dominated in the last week or so. But it happens. Look for a bounce-back winner here on Tuesday. And for the play of the day, we're going to be looking at the NBA. It's going to be in a primetime matchup between the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks, and this game's going to be on the total. This play is going to be on the total. We like the under 241.5 at -110 on Fox Bet. The time recording of 2:18 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, I know that taking an under on a primetime game is never really a sexy pick, but I do think that this line is still way too high, so the value definitely lies with the under. Now, you look at these teams lately, 5 of Milwaukee's last 6 games have gone under. Meanwhile, 3 of Brooklyn's last 4 games have gone under. These teams also played against each other on Sunday, which I'm sure a lot of you know. In that game, Giannis had 49, Durant had 42, Middleton had 26, Holiday had 18, Kyrie had 20. You look at both teams, Milwaukee shot 49% from the floor, shot 40.5% from 3. The Nets also shot 40.5% from 3. And with everything I just said, you would have assumed, wow, that game probably flew over by a lot. And the answer is, no, it didn't. The game landed 231. So this total for me is just too high. I know that it was 244.5 on Sunday, so they have reduced it by about 3 points for the rematch. However, everything went right for the over on Sunday. You had, I already went through the stats there, but Durant and Giannis couldn't miss. Milwaukee and Brooklyn both shot above 40% from 3, and yet the game still went under and landed in the low 230s. Now, am I saying that this game is going to automatically go under because the last game did? No, but I do think that if you want to talk about what is most likely to happen, I don't think Giannis is going for 49 again, and Middleton already put up 26 the first meeting, so I do think the Nets should try to come up with a better game plan for Giannis. Meanwhile, Durant had 42. I think Milwaukee will make some adjustments there. Don't get me wrong, I think Kyrie can still go for 25 or 30, so that might be balanced out a little bit more. But the issue that Brooklyn ran into is the fact that its supporting cast really wasn't that great. Jeff Green had 7 points. Joe Harris had 5 points. Griffin had 11. Shamet had 17. But Tyler Johnson had 0. Mike James had 0. Bruce Brown didn't attempt a shot, only played 5 minutes. The rest of the supporting cast didn't really do anything. And you can say the same thing about Milwaukee. I talked about Giannis and Holiday and Middleton. You look at everybody else, Forbes had 12, and nobody else had more than 4 points. So supporting casts were really non-existent in that first meeting, the last meeting that they had, and I just simply think that this total is still a bit too high. You do see it a little bit shaded to the under at -115 on Bet Online and a couple of other books, but Fox Bet still has it at -110. I think you'll see some under money in this one, and one thing you have to keep in mind with a total of 241.5 is that you need just about a 5 or 6 minute stretch where both teams struggle offensively, and after you saw 51 combined points in the fourth quarter, I think you'll see a pretty similar situation in this game in the fourth quarter where both teams kind of play a little bit more chippy. The refs let them get away with a little bit more contact, and I think you'll see a lower scoring fourth quarter, which should bode well for the under in this spot. But if you want to also talk about just conceptually why I like the under, you have 2 teams that just faced off against each other. They saw the sets that both teams are going to run. They know exactly what's going to be coming. I think you'll see much better defensive adjustments made by both coaches. Now, of course, the offense are still very good, so both teams should still probably score at least 110 to 115 points. But conceptually, I cannot expect an 11-point improvement in what we saw yesterday after that phenomenal offensive performance where both teams played pretty well, yet the game still went under by a resounding margin. This play today, once again, here for Tuesday, May 4th, is going to be on the Nets and Bucks under 241.5 at -110 on Fox Bet. Bye, everyone.